Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Today, a big update on Bitcoin, and if you guys are enjoying these daily crypto videos, make sure you press the like button, and obviously, it's a smart idea to subscribe to the channel. Now, having said that, my question of today is, what country are you watching this from? And the reason I'm asking is because the article right in front of your ass. Biden budget reiterates 43.4% top capital gains tax rate for millionaires. I personally think that these types of announcements have a really big effect on crypto prices. Why? We'll talk about it in just a second, but let's quickly see. President Joe Biden issued a budget proposal Friday that called for a 39.6% top capital gains tax rate, in line with what he had previously proposed to help fund the American Families Plan. It would be applied to taxpayers with an income for more than $1 million or of more than $1 million, and combined with a 3.8% Medicare surtax, the richest Americans would pay a 43.4% top rate on capital gains. Whew, that is a lot. That is definitely a lot. So the wealthiest Americans currently pay a top federal tax rate of 20% on those returns if the assets are held for more than a year. They also pay a 3.8% Medicare surtax, which brings the total to 23.8%. Now, his proposal aims to bring the capital gains tax rate more in line with that of their job income. The White House plans to create a top rate of 43.4% when factoring in a Medicare surtax. That's a bit higher than the 39.6% top rate tax on ordinary income Biden proposed, which I think is definitely interesting. It's really interesting because I personally do not really know if there's also state capital gains tax on top of this still. Some of you guys said in the comment section that there is, which basically means that your capital gains can be more than half of your money. Now, even though in the Netherlands, I can't really complain, right? Because you have a tops income rate of 52%. With capital gains, it feels as if it feels more like just a stab in your back. It's like, oh, you're just holding some money. Oh, you made money, which you paid income tax on? Well, now because you had money that made you more money, you're still going to pay more money. It's a strange system how this works. That's why in the Netherlands, I think it's done a little bit better. And of course, a lot of countries have done a little bit better. But this is a really, 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 really negative idea for crypto holders because, well, this means if you have money in crypto right now, you're going to have to pay half of that off, basically. You're going to have to give half of that away. That's basically what it comes down to. If you're going to sell it, you're going to have to give away half of your profit, boom, to Uncle Sam. And people don't really like that. So, of course, DeFi usually does quite well whenever announcements like this come, which is something that might kind of, spark up as the changes really roll in. But for right now, Bitcoin took the hit and crypto just fell in general because, nobody likes that. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that. Was there anything else that popped this? The price is down, most likely. We also were already warning for another bounce. This is what we talked about yesterday from Fury Trading. He basically pointed out the head and shoulder pattern on Bitcoin. A breakout was kind of seen right here to the downside. And he said 34K as support. Right now, we're basically having a double bottom here coming along. Maybe a new head and shoulders pattern actually making itself. Could definitely be on the short term. Then again, we basically fell back down, 34K as support, and even right now, we don't really know exactly what's going to happen from here. We're coming back to about 34.7, 34.8. There's actually one time which we hit that before as well, this little area, but I can't really say there's too much significance in this area. Might just be some new level that's being hit or being found important. Bitcoin has had the worst month since 2011, though. This has really been kind of sad. And in terms of money, we've actually fallen down so tremendously that it's almost insane if you start to think about it. Right now, Bitcoin fell from how much was it? 64,000, 35? If you talk about the amount of money that went on there, it is really crazy. It's $30,000 per Bitcoin that just fell. I personally am still holding because I don't really care about it. I've basically made the vow. You just buy crypto and you let it sit there until you are good. Right? That's my kind of philosophy. It's like, you don't check the portfolio value. You don't check anything. There's so many people come up to me here in Dubai as well saying, hey, Dusty, you don't check your portfolio. You don't actually do. Why not? You don't want to know how good you're doing, right? And I always tell them, no, I don't. I really don't because I don't care. I bought this crypto because I want to hold it for the next couple of years. I don't care what the value is right now. I'll check in a couple of months, couple of years maybe. I check it every time I really have to when there's no way around it. But I don't like it though. I really, really don't like it because then you're going to be emotionally attached. If you, for example, I'm just going to put up an example here. See $10,000 one day, and then you see, oh, it's at $6,000 now, or oh, it's at $11,000. It's going to make you feel some type of way, and I don't like that. I just want to be neutral where I see the crypto prices, but I don't really see it as if I have money in crypto. I just use the rest of my money from, my normal things. Now, again, it's been a really bad month, or really bad time right now. Prominent Bitcoin hater Peter Schiff expects a new crypto winter to arrive soon. This guy, I'm not exactly sure what to say. He is, he's just flowing wherever the wind is the best, and whatever, screw that guy. We were talking about our own Bitcoin analysis from earlier. Right now, we are kind of, getting rid of the gains from the last week or so. People said since we closed below the 21 weekly EMA, Bitcoin's going to go down from here on forward. I told you guys that the big leg up on Bitcoin that we saw earlier this week should not have been trusted. Hopefully, you guys didn't trust it too much because we're right back down to 35K, the levels of which we ended at last week. Bitcoin on Coinbase here. It's just a Bitcoin analysis from Xcavo. He basically put in a little bit of a, I guess, how do you call it now? What's the English word for it again? Damn, I can't. Converging. Oh, my days. A little bit of a convergence right there. I couldn't come up with a freaking name for it. Let's quickly see. We touched the 61.8 level, which is a Fibonacci extension or retracement, and the symmetrical triangle support line at the same time. Bitcoin formed a falling wedge pattern. I expect a 10% rebound to the triangle resistance line. RSI is oversold. According to my vision, we will trade in the 32 to 45K range during the next month. Best regards, Xcavo. So, again, we have this symmetrical triangle he's calling about. Support line. Okay. He's basically saying there's a Fibonacci here, 61.8 at 34.871. This is actually coming along, by the way, with, wait, let's quickly see, 34, yeah, here, look at this, 34.841. That's basically the level we hit a couple of days ago, which is basically the level at which we're bouncing right now as well, just by looking at it from a, broader perspective. Yeah, and that's also the bottom of this triangle that he put up here. And he said we're going to bounce from there on forward. I mean, if you look at it from this perspective, it looks kind of logical, right? I'm not going to lie. This looks kind of logical. Looks like a pattern, indeed. Fibonacci is there. The triangle is moving like that. RSI is at this point being oversold, basically meaning it's below 30. I mean, yeah, that looks valid. So let's quickly see how it turned out. It basically did turn out a little bit, let's quickly see. It basically did turn out a little bit like he expected, but then boom, we came right back down, crashing into it. And the question for right now is obviously going to be, will we fall below it or will we retest it? And this hour, or this next couple of hours, I guess 1 hour, is going to decide whether or not that's the case. Because right now, we are closing below. Potentially, we have 6 more minutes to go. If we close below, I would say, things are not necessarily off until the next hour afterwards gets another negative one. Then we've broken out to the downside, and you might want to trade that one. That could definitely be something. By the way, in terms of trading, I use Bybit. A lot of you guys have been asking me over on Twitter, Dusty, what do you use? What do you use? What do you do? What are you talking about? Whenever we do this analysis, this is TradingView. Whenever we do the trading, it is Bybit. Right now, there's a $2,600 bonus. Go check it out. A link is down below. And also, if you deposit 500 XRP, there's a 25 XRP bonus too. Once more, guys, the next hour is going to be the most important one. If we close below the triangle, that's not necessarily a negative thing, right? Because it can happen, right? You can have one candle like that. It doesn't really matter. Even though it's a really important point from the Fibonacci perspective too, you can always deviate from it a little bit. It's about the next candle though. Usually if this next candle is a really heavy red one, coming for example to right around this area or even lower like this, we usually trade that, and that's actually a short that you do at those points. Right now, you might actually say that shorts are smarter than longs, most likely because we are in a little bit of a downtrend right now since we are making lower lows. As you can clearly see, we are basically, this is the top, and we've been going down ever since. It's really hard to say, guys. It's really hard to say what the best choice would be. Here's a monthly perspective for Bitcoin. And if you look at it from this perspective, it's like, well, are we really doing bad? Because once more, Bitcoin, the importance of the 1 month, 20 monthly average, I guess moving average, not a monthly average, and the RSI, Bitcoin USD on the monthly. This is RSI low, RSI low, RSI low. I'm not exactly sure why they call it RSI low. I guess just this little Oh, okay, never mind. I do get it now. I was like, huh, but I see. So he is calling out that every time Bitcoin goes into a bull run, RSI, of course, pops up, which basically means people are buying it like crazy. And at points at the top like this, it's being overbought, right? And then, of course, as time moves on, it goes back down again. He's basically calling this little point, the correction, the low of the RSI, which is still in overbought territory, by the way. But he's calling that the low, which is when it goes down before coming to a second, basically double top. And that's basically when the bull cycle ends. That's again what happened right here too. We basically got a huge spark upwards. We got a little bit of a low afterwards with a little bit of a dip, then moving on to make a higher high. And that's also again when the double top for the RSI sets in before coming crashing down. Right here, we got a big top happening. Again, now RSI comes back down to the same area, basically a low. And now, theoretically speaking, right, if we were to follow this pattern, it should come back up, basically make a new RSI double top before crashing back down and the bull run being over. That's again what his stance would be on this situation. Is the MA in this case important? Not exactly sure. Let's quickly see. So what can we see in terms of MA? Okay, so we're basically above the MA here throughout this whole journey. You can't really say that it's really been important right there. Okay, no. We crossed, okay, so, Nah, I don't really see any significant importance right there for the MA, to be completely honest with you. He's saying why the MA, the 20 MA is so important. Not exactly sure where I would find the importance here because, well, we crossed it negatively here and then came down, but it's not really indicating anything too much, guys. At least for me, it isn't. I guess, no. No, I wanted to find some logic in that. I guess every time that crypto corrects, after a little while it comes back below, and once it gets above there again, the bull run is on its way, right? And I guess here it also came back down below, and once it started, the bull run's on its way. But that's also debatable. Yeah, maybe though. No, not exactly sure what type of indication that's going to give for the near future. However, Bitcoin closes the month in 3 days. The worst in terms of losses since March 2020, flash crash. So far, it remains above the 1 month 20 MA yellow line trend, but that alone doesn't tell much. There is through a parameter on the very long term monthly chart that we haven't looked into. As you can see on the chart, every Bitcoin bull cycle ends with the monthly RSI making a double top. Then the bear cycle starts and makes a bottom shortly after it breaks below the 1 month MA20. This time, BTC hasn't had a RSI double top. Instead, the price aggressively dipped at 92 RSI value. And if the theory that the RSI double top is needed for the bull cycle to end, then the price is in a similar position to June 2013 and September 2017. So June 2013 was this this bottom right here, and September 2017 is this one right here. I would say it's mostly resembling this one right here, though, right? In terms of RSI, we're a little bit lower, but in terms of losses, it's a little bit more akin to that one. However, the way it looks is more akin to this one. No, I guess we haven't really witnessed anything like this before, but it's such a slow. Okay, let's move on with the reading. Further representation of this notion can be seen on the weekly chart below as well. It's basically the same thing expressed where, again, we need to come a little bit higher once more in terms of price. It's just logical. The weekly RSI is attempting contact with its higher low trend line that started on the 2018 bear cycle bottom. If you want your opinion, I want your opinion on this rare formation. Do you think this theory will hold again and give a few more months of bull run, or has Bitcoin already entered the bear cycle? Feel free to share your work and let me know in the comment section. And I also want to put it up the same way. Trevor says, another way to look at it is every bull run ended with a monthly RSI crosses back beneath 70. Okay, so he's saying it from the perspective that every time the bull cycle ended, the first time it went below 70 or basically went below the overbought area. And that's what happened right now. That's another way of seeing it, true. Not going to lie to you. That's another way of seeing it. Well, let me know what you think down below in the comment section, all right? This is a longer video than I expected. Update on Bitcoin, which I don't usually do on the channel, but let me know if you want more Bitcoin updates. Bitcoin usually sets the precedent for other cryptos, so I think it's important to cover. Just let me know your opinion down below. I would say it's interesting. Let us see. Let us wait. It could be that this has a lot to do with the extra losses right now. The people are extra bearish on it. Obviously, regulations and taxes are never really fun, but let us see.